For people who don't know you, tell me a little bit about your background.
My name's Hoala Greevy. I'm the founder of Powbox. I've been doing email for a long time. My first job out of college was for an email company back in the first boom. And then I moved back home to Hawaii, and I started a email filtering business. It's probably Hawaii's first SaaS company. Fast forward to Powbox, I ended up taking a customer to lunch, and she described the business problem to me. And this was Sienna Austin Hunt, the CEO at the time of the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Hawaii. As she described her business problem, I thought I could do something about it. And that's how Powbox came into being.
So you say that she said that they were facing a problem. Can you talk a little bit about what that problem was and what solution that you saw that you could bring by creating Powbox?
So at the time, the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Hawaii was granting the most wishes of any Make-A-Wish chapter in the nation. And there was a lot of sensitive information flying around. If they didn't need to be HIPAA compliant, they wanted to be HIPAA compliant. That began my journey into learning about HIPAA compliance, which I have no background for previously. So I just pulled an all-nighter at a cafe in Honolulu and I built it. And then I quickly found out the market did not take us seriously being in Hawaii. So I moved the business to San Francisco in 2015.
Can you talk a little bit about the surge in cybersecurity problems and the need for something like this and the importance for something like this?
Most people in the industry agree the fax machine is the backbone of communication in healthcare. Upwards of 70% of all communication in healthcare is done via fax, even to this day. And so email is just totally missing, in my opinion, from everyday communications in healthcare. So we designed a HIPAA-compliant, secure email solution that removed the friction normally associated with secure email, i.e. portals, app downloads, and encryption keys, while maintaining the compliance aspect of HIPAA.
For people who don't know, how important is it to be HIPAA compliant? Why is that so important?
HIPAA compliance is a federal regulation, and it covers the protection of protected health information for individuals, and it applies to business associates and covered entities.
What have you seen in the market as far as the problem with people breaching into emails and stealing people's information? This is a huge problem, right?
Yes, it's a big problem. The perception is that healthcare organizations are not spending adequately to protect their email and other information, and therefore makes them a relatively more open target.
So what goes into making an email HIPAA compliant?
HIPAA compliant email involves encrypting the email when it's at rest, and then also encrypting it as it travels across the internet. A very important factor of that is if you have a vendor that takes care of your email hosting or transmission, you need to have a business associate agreement with them, a BAA.
So for people watching this, how did they determine or ensure that their emails are HIPAA compliant?
So for Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, you'll want to get an additional layer of encryption. One popular approach is with portals. A lot of friction there. People don't like it. Another approach is requiring the recipient to download an app, and you can only read the message in the app. Another approach is PGP, which involves the use of encryption keys. That approach has been around for a very long time. It has its own host of problems, including a well-known vulnerability called eFail, whereby you can circumvent PGP encryption. And then the last solution is something like Powbox, where we've built a unique solution to encrypt all email by default. And if the recipient's mail server has insufficient levels of encryption, we have a clever workaround for that, where we send it through our secure message center, which includes one click to read the message.
Can you talk a little bit about how Powbox works?
Powbox works by about a 10 or 15 minute of installation by the network administrator for an organization, making some changes at the mail server level, whether it's Google Workspace or Microsoft 365. And then a couple DNS changes needed to let the internet know that Powbox is sending email for that organization. And then after that, all email is encrypted by default for all the users.
What do you think sets you guys apart from your competitors?
The value prop to Powbox is we remove the friction involved with secure email while maintaining the compliance. We went ahead and got HITRUST certified in 2019 to demonstrate that our approach is sound and valid.